Hey Bolo buddies, thanks for watching. Okay, so for some reason my camera is not working. It did this yesterday and I had to go in and I had to log out of Chrome and go back in for it to work. And as you can see, I've already got 20 Bolos pulled up. So I do not want to have to go and search all of those again. So you are going to see the letter C instead of my face for this video. So you will not get to see all my funny expressions. Okay, so this is a member of our group, another featured member of the Facebook Bolo group. If you're not a member of the group, down below in the description, I will post the link to my Facebook group. I post tons of Bolos. It's a great group. Okay, if you want to be featured in a video on my YouTube channel like this one, down below in the description, I'll also put a link to my YouTube channel video that tells you how to be featured. So this Bolo group member sent me 20, I think it was approximately 20 Bolos, and these are good. You're going to want to watch the whole video. Okay, so the first one here is this wire, and they picked this wire up at an estate sale for $30. And they said it sold in a few hours for $120. How cool is that? So that's a nice little flip. All right, moving on to the next one. Fruit of the Loom boxers. All right, so these are considered to be vintage. I don't know if 2004 is the year or maybe the model number. I'm guessing maybe the year. So they're not super, super old, but they are definitely not 2019. Okay, so they picked these up for, they said $1 or $2 at an estate sale, and they sold them for $25. So not a huge Bolo, but man, if you could get like 10 packs of those, pay $1 each, I mean, those are the kind of Bolos I'm looking for, things that I'm going to find. I love Bolos like that. He did say that briefs typically sell better than boxers for him. So the next one is this book, and it says 2-volume. And he did pay more for this. He paid $35 for this at an estate sale because he looked it up. He searched comps, which I always recommend you do if you're going to spend more than a couple bucks, you know, make sure that the item has good solds. He sold this for $150. He took a best offer. He had it listed for $200 and took a best offer of $150, paid $35 for it. So definitely a Bolo, great profit margin. This seller has an awesome store. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to go in and check out their other items. It's very, very cool what they sell. Okay, so the recipe cards here, he could not remember what he paid for those. I'm guessing he picked them up pretty cheap, but he picked these up at an estate sale, and they are super cute, but they look to be, well, they're a little bit different. A few of them are different. They've got different things in the corner, but they sold for $25. Another thing that you can pick up and find easily at an estate sale or a garage sale even. So great find there. Okay, now this is cool. These are 17 magazines. I remember reading these as a kid. Mine weren't this old, but super, super cool. So this one sold for $29.99, 4 bids. This one sold for $25. Let me go in here. I'm going to type in, this is his store. I'm going to show you. Okay, so he said he got these at an estate sale and he paid $1 or $2 for each one, which I was like, whoa, you paid $1 or $2 for each one? But now I'm like looking, if you're selling them for 25 bucks each, you know, $1 or $2 isn't bad. But when I'm at estate sales, I usually just bulk stuff together and say, hey, what can I get all of these for? But let's look at the solds. So he still has some left. So he sold this one for $24.99, $24.99. It looks like, I mean, these are all solds. That is crazy. Crazy, crazy. For vintage 17 magazines. I mean, I would never, ever ever guess that I could get 25 bucks for an old magazine. So fantastic bolo. He did say that they take a while to sell, but I mean, it looks like he's doing pretty good. October was when when the first one sold. So yeah, looks pretty good to me. Okay, so the next one is this Marilyn Monroe newspaper from 1962, and we've talked about old newspapers in another one of my videos, but this is super cool. It's probably sold for more because it's Marilyn Monroe. $37. He said he picked it up in a estate sale for $1 or $2. So definitely be on the lookout for magazines with cool headlines. Some of them go for big money. Alrighty. Now this is a high school yearbook from 1973, and he took a best offer of $40. Okay, had it listed for $50, sold it for $40. He sells a lot of yearbooks. Let's go in, see other items. I'm going to type in yearbook. Okay, those are the ones that are currently listed. He has 755 yearbooks listed. That is amazing. How do you even find that many yearbooks? And let's look at the solds. He's sold 41 of them. So you can kind of see a lot of best offers have been taken. But I mean, if you can pick these up for 50 cents, $1, $2, and you can turn them for 20, 25. I mean, as long as you've got the storage space. Let's go by highest first. Okay, so here's one that it looks like he took a best offer, so I'm not sure what that one sold for, but that's from 1942. So very, very cool. $50, $50. I mean, just amazing to me. And it looks like the older ones obviously sell for more, but people want their old yearbooks. So definitely something to think about, but make sure you have the storage room because it sounds like it takes the right buyer for it to be a bolo. Okay, so this is an old Sears catalog from 1940, 1941. Condition, acceptable. I mean, it's just a vintage catalog. Sold for $50. He picked it up at an estate sale for $2. Okay. This uniform hosiery, and they're new in the package. There's a whole bunch of them, 18 pair. He picked these up at an estate sale. What he did is he filled a garbage bag full of socks, underwear, undershirts. He said he has no idea why this person had so many undergarments for sale or at their home. It was an estate sale, so apparently they just kind of hoarded these things. But he said by the time it was broken down, he probably paid $2 for all of these socks in this picture. And he sold it for $50. So pretty good bolo. I don't know if they would have sold for more had he sold them separately. I haven't searched solds for these, but I'm guessing he did his research and felt that this was the best way to sell the item. Okay, so the blow molds, we all know, do fantastic. He said when this sold, he did not know about the blow molds. He was the last to know, which is kind of funny. But he bought this for $4 at the Salvation Army, and he said it sold within 20 minutes, and he took a best offer of $75. So he had it listed for $100. So great bolo. I mean, great profit margin there. Buy low, sell high. BOLO stands for be on the lookout, in case you don't know. I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you already know what BOLO stands for. Okay, pull-ups, we've talked about them. He got these at an estate sale. He does not know exactly what he paid for it because he bundled up a bunch of stuff and just paid one price for everything. So definitely still a bolo. I'm sure whatever the price was, it was still really cheap compared to the $90 he sold these for. 32 to 40 pounds, so it's size large, and these are girls' Minnie Mouse. Okay. Gillette razors. Cartridge, a lot of 5. I'm kind of looking here. So he said that he bought a bag full of these razors at an estate sale, and he paid $5 to $10 for the whole bag. Just these 5 sold for $150. He said by the time it's said and done, he's going to make over $500 on these razors. Awesome. fantastic find. So these are vintage, but they're not, I wouldn't say they're super, super old. I mean, with that packaging, it's not like the fat boys and those that we see that sell for big money. So be on the lookout for these. Definitely, let me see, do they have a barcode? I can't tell. I don't see any barcodes. Or actually, maybe the packaging is cut. I don't know what's going on there. But you can search barcodes on eBay, or you can search by photos, or you can just put in the title description to pull up solds. Okay, so this is a Ferrari manual, owner's manual from 1975, and it sold for $99.99. He said he picked it up at an estate sale for a couple bucks. Amazing. And let me show you something here. Okay, this is his store. And this one right here, he has for sale for $500. How cool is that? And he said he searched solds, and there was another one that sold for $600. So that is super cool. I hope you sell it. Okay, the next item are these ancient history Cambridge books. And he sold these auction style first, and it resulted in a non-payment. So he relisted them with a buy it now and sold them for $250 and free shipping. I don't have what he paid for those. Sorry, I forgot to ask him on that one. But yeah, old books. I mean, some of them go for big money. All right, vintage Converse socks. So we have talked about these before, but he decided to lot these up and sell them as a lot. I don't know what they go for individually, so I can't say if that was a good decision or a bad decision, but with what he sold them for, I think he's probably pretty happy. He paid $1 a pack, and he sold them for $250. He took a best offer of $250, had them listed for $300, sold them for $250. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I would be really happy with that. Okay, so this is just a Bruce Springsteen vintage t-shirt. I think it looks like it's 3/4 lengths, sleeves. This, he said he bought at an estate sale. Again, it was kind of like a situation where he bundled a bunch of stuff, so he doesn't know exactly what he paid for it. But he sold it for $42, 9 bids. So I'm guessing this was a bolo. Okay, so this is an old Harper's Bazaar magazine, 1956. Again, he picked it up at an estate sale. He said at this estate sale, there was just boxes and boxes full in the basement. And they were $2 a piece, which I think is a lot, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. But he bought over 100. And he said that they all had kind of some condition issues, so most of them are probably acceptable. But he said he's done pretty well with them. Sold it for $63, 5 bids. So another really cool bolo. Okay, so best for last. This is my favorite one. Okay, so he bought this George Revolution. I don't know if the magazine is called George, or if I don't know what's going on, or if it's called Revolution, but it's from 1995. It's old, but it's not like really old. Anyway, I'm trying to look through here and kind of see. I don't know why it sold for so much, but it sold for $130, 1 bid. And I'm like, did they pay? And he said, yes, they paid. Now, he had 2 of these in his store. So I'm like, oh, they probably didn't pay. That was why I asked him. And he's like, no, I got the other one a week later at another estate sale that sold for $132.50. Absolutely amazing. So he paid $2 each. So $2 turned into $132. $2 turned into $130. Same magazine. Super cool. He's got some different pictures on each one. But yeah, some fantastic finds from this seller. So if you want to see what else this seller is selling, because he has a lot of good bolos, you go over here to see other items. And he sells a lot of books. So let's search highest first. I always like to do that. So here's the Ferrari manuals. Looks like he's got a street sign. Some more vintage diapers. Teddy bear brand. Never heard of that. That's interesting. So yeah, just some really, really, really cool stuff. Lincoln Logs. Vintage GQ magazines. So yeah, these are items that are higher priced. I'm going from highest to lowest here. And then if you want to see his solds, you go over here to the solds and click solds. And I, again, have it highest first. So you can go through and you can see the listings that are in this video. So let's say you want to check out these socks. You click on it and you can go in and you can look at the details, the photos, and the description of the listing. That probably wasn't a good one to pick because there's not much of a description for socks, but you get the idea. Okay, so if you scroll down, you can see all of the bolos that I have posted in the video. And if you want to be featured, a lot of times I'll just have people send me their store and then I'll look through their items. Like that's what I did with him. And I'm like, hey, send me this. What'd you pay for this? And I'll just screenshot some of the ones. And then you can just send me the information, like where you got it, what you paid for it, what it sold for. And then I will feature you on my channel. Down below, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can see all of my awesome bolo videos. This is a great way to learn, guys. It does not excuse you from doing your own research when you are out searching, because if you just see a bolo on a video and you think every item that is the same is going to be a bolo, that's not necessarily true. So please, please, please make sure you do your homework. And again, down below, subscribe, click the little bell. That's the alerts button that will alert you when I post new videos. So I'm kind of searching through his solds right here. I mean, just tons of awesome sold items. Things I would not even think to look for. That's why I really, really like this store. It's very, very cool. So anyway, thanks for watching and have a fantastic rest of your day.